Well, we're back with basically the exact same setup that we had the last couple of days. You can't get away from it. We're looking at severe thunderstorm chances throughout the rest of this evening. Much of the Permian Basin is looking to avoid much of this. Same goes for southeastern New Mexico. But who knows what direction these storms are going to go. They're planning to move in one direction, and that's going to be from west to east. All right, but they don't always move that way. Here we are right now, 84, mostly cloudy, higher humidity values, low pressure, and that southerly flow pushing everything into our area. It's also keeping us nice and warm. Latest is that severe thunderstorm watch. Biggest threat tonight is going to be that wind and that hail threat. We're not looking at tornadic activity. That's going to stay well to the north, up into the panhandle. I can't, rule out an isolated spin up, but it's very unlikely. So we might just see a couple of those severe storms with large sized hail. Biggest threats with a lot of that hail is actually going to be up to tennis ball or bigger. Probably not what you want to hear, but here's where I'm looking at. It's going to be along the dry line. Any storms that form are going to be right along this kind of cloud barrier. Starting to see a little bit of activity trying to push its way into Monahans. We do have one severe storm right along 285 that is going to be severe warning for the next 25 minutes. So I'm looking at golf ball sized hail, so 1.75 inches in diameter, and about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but they're just kind of lingering right over 285, and it looks to be weakening a little bit, so that's certainly a good start, but we are just beginning this afternoon in terms of that severe risk. This is a lot different than last night, where it's now showing a large-scale level 2 slight risk, not for tornadic activity, but for large-sized hail, up to possibly 3 inches in diameter. Now, that's going to be very small chance, but it's not a zero chance. So tonight, 10% chance of any leftover storms, 64 degrees, about 10 degrees above average. We still have that flow, pulling in moisture, pulling in a lot of that cloud cover. Your Friday golfing forecast? Probably not so good to go golfing. Starting off the day, lots of cloud cover, 68. By the afternoon, hey, if we're not near any storms, you know what? It's going to be fine. But the thing is, there's the chance for some of those storms. Let's watch it all play through. Later tonight, the models are trying to show large-scale activity from Fort Stockton all the way down toward Dryden, Sanderson, moving its way into Crockett County, and potentially some activity around Midland, Odessa, maybe even up north toward Lamesa, Big Spring. We'll see if that actually holds true, because lately it hasn't. We haven't really seen anything nearby. A lot of those storms kind of die out the second they hit the I-20 corridor and move their way into Ector County. We'll watch, though. That's what I'm here for. For your Friday, not that bad until the afternoon. A couple of those storms popping up again along the dry line, pushing its way out farther and farther to the east. This stuff looks to kind of linger around a little bit later into the day in the northern parts of the Permian Basin before entirely moving out. Your Saturday, starting to look another iffy day too. Stockton Plateau, right along the dry line, with some activity just lingering up to the north. Looks to avoid much of the I-20 corridor as well, but here's those severe risks. Just a level 1 marginal risk, but I also said that yesterday for today, and here we are. Here we go. Level 1 for mainly the northern Permian Basin, and also that level 1 just moving into the northern parts of Lee County, just north of Hobbs for your Saturday. Of course, all of this is what? Subject to change. I still have about 30% coverage for your Friday, 40 for your Saturday. I'm not going alert until we get up to at least a level 2 risk, or I see significant threats change. Temperatures warming up as we head into early next week. Fun roller coaster, Jolena.
Oh yeah, fingers crossed for a good weekend, by the way, but Mother Nature